गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। मैं हूं आपका दोस्त मदन सिंह एंड मैं आज आपके पास बात करने लगा हूं रिगार्डिंग द मीटिंग इन अलास्का बिटवीन डोनाल्ड ट्रंप एंड व्लादिमीर पुतिन। ये मीटिंग 15 अगस्त को होगी विच इज द इंडिपेंडेंस डे फॉर इंडिया एंड आई होप इट विल बी इंडिपेंडेंस ऑल्सो फॉर रशिया एंड यूक्रेन वॉर। लेट अस सी व्हाट हैपेंस। और मैं आपको कुछ पॉइंट्स बताऊंगा इसके ऊपर। The first thing we must remember is that Donald Trump is very keen that the war should be finished. He has realized कि अगर war चलती रही है, it is because of America. 3 years back, when Russia mounted an attack on Ukraine, it is the Americans and NATO which came to the help of Ukraine. उन्होंने weapon supply किया. They gave them everything under the sun. With the result, लड़ाई 3 साल चलती रही. But despite that, the Russians were able to take about 20% of Ukrainian territory. अगर अमेरिका ने हेल्प नहीं दी होती यूक्रेन को, the battle would have been over within 3 months and the entire Ukraine would have been occupied. So the crux of the issue which I am coming to is कि अगर ये war खत्म होगी, अगर somebody wants to have peace, तो the onus of it is on Donald Trump. He is making a lot of threatening noises to Russia कि अगर आप ceasefire नहीं करोगे तो you are going to face terrible problems. And these are threats which he is making to Putin. But the fact of the matter is that this entire battle which has taken place in Ukraine and the resultant peace talks which are now coming are all at the behest of America. America is the country which had been fueling the fire in Ukraine. अब सिचुएशन ऐसी है कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप हैज गॉट सम सजेशंस, बट पुतिन ने एक लाइन ड्रॉ कर दी है एंड दैट लाइन इज वेरी क्लियर. ही सेज नो टेरिटरी जो है विल बी गिवन टू यूक्रेन, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, यूक्रेन विल नॉट बी पार्ट ऑफ नेटो. ये दो उसके कार्डिनल प्रिंसिपल्स हैं. और मेरे ख्याल में बैक चैनल में डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने ये एग्री कर ली है, बिकॉज ही हैज ऑल्सो रियलाइज कि जब तक ये 2 पॉइंट्स एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे आप, तो देयर इज नो वे दिस वॉर कैन एंड. एंड उसमें नेट रिजल्ट ये होगा कि अल्टीमेटली अमेरिकन्स विल हैव देमसेल्व्स टू इंटरवीन इन दिस वॉर एंड उसमें ये होगा कि इट विल बी द बिगिनिंग ऑफ वर्ल्ड वॉर 3. सो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को ये बात में समझ आ गई है. And I think back channel pe he has accepted this. I am not aware whether Zelensky is going to be in the meeting, but Donald Trump will then brief him about whatever is happening in Ukraine and whatever decisions they are going to take. So ये एक बहुत tricky situation है, to be very frank, because Russia is now on the ascendant. They are winning some battles, but they are nowhere conquering the whole of Ukraine. मतलब कुछ लड़ाइयाँ जीत रही हैं, 2 villages इधर, 3 villages वहाँ. But as far as victory in Ukraine is concerned, यानी conquering Ukraine, रशिया कहीं भी उसके पास नहीं है उस सिचुएशन पे. At the most they can hold on to the line which they have got and capture a little more territory here and there. And इस कारण मैं समझता हूँ कि रशिया is ripe for ए पीस विद यूक्रेन. पर उनकी कंडीशंस हैं, जैसे मैंने बताया 2 कंडीशंस. फर्स्ट है इसकी जो वॉर जो एरिया उन्होंने ले लिया वो उनके पास रहेगा. नंबर 2, दे विल इंश्योर दैट यूक्रेन डजंट बिकम पार्ट ऑफ नेटो. और जेलेंस्की जो है मेरे ख्याल में उनके जो दिन है नंबर्ड है. हालांकि जेलेंस्की ने एक स्टेटमेंट भी दिया है कि देयर कैन बी नो पीस if any territory is given to Russia. So in that case, what will happen is that war will continue. But the war will continue. In any case, the war will still come to an end if Donald Trump stops all weapons to Ukraine. I think if they stop all weapons to Ukraine, within 2 months, Zelensky will be overthrown, Ukraine will be overrun, and there will be a peace which will be enforced by Russia. So this is the crux of the issue. That means the key character here is Donald Trump. He's making it look like that he's the man who is sitting at the back and everything is going to be decided between Putin and Zelensky. That's not the case. I think 98% of the success of the talks in Alaska are dependent on Donald Trump. And in case Donald Trump has decided that the war will end and there should be peace, then there will be peace. Because all he has to do is hold out a threat to Ukraine that, look, I am not going to give you any more weapons. That's the end of it. I am not going to give you any ammunition. I am not going to give you any intelligence to the Starlinks about the movement of Russian troops. And if these three things are done, the war will be over. As it is, Putin is asking for the same things. He is just saying now that Ukraine will not be part of NATO, number one. Number two, he says whatever the line, the forces which area which we have taken will be with us. I think जैसे मैंने आपको बताया Donald Trump ने tacitly agree कर लिया है, but we'll have to see precisely what happens further. Because Donald Trump has got a bigger aim, and that aim is basically to drive a wedge between Russia and China. That is the entire thing which he is fighting for. Because he is mighty scared of an alliance between Russia and China, more or less an alliance which would be the biggest alliance in world history. And as it is, you can see, he is scared of China, Donald Trump. अब उसने क्या किया है? He had put tariffs on China, I think 50%, but he has paused them for 90 days. Because he's scared of China. 90 days means he's just waiting till Christmas goes away and then let's see what happens. At the same time, he's giving no laxity to India, where he has decided to enforce the sanctions straight away. The tariffs are being enforced straight away. And the reason is simple, that India is not a big power. And India doesn't have that, create that feeling of awe and shock which China creates. China is rampaging in the South China Sea, they're everywhere. And they have a massive army. And basic thing is that economy. The economy is so strong. And they have a trade surplus of about $400 billion with America. So you can well imagine if he's going to put tariffs on all these goods as far as Trump is concerned, the Americans will have to pay out of their nose. It will be a tough time. So his idea is to break the alliance between Russia and China so that Russia should not be with China and should come ultimately with the Western world against China. So we have to wait and see what happens. But this is what I think is the basic aim behind Donald Trump's jumping into the fray. And of course, if he does bring about the ceasefire now, I think it will be a feather in the cap of Donald Trump. And now we have to wait till 15th and see what happens. I've just told you that the line of thought is what I've just stated. Russia will have the territory which they have taken. It will be with them. Minor adjustments here and there. And NATO will not be extended to Ukraine. This is a big blow to Zelensky. But I think Zelensky's days are numbered. You can just watch it here. Very shortly, he will be out president. I already know the name of the person who is likely to take over. Let's see it happens. Okay, gentlemen, I hope you like my video. Please share it with your friends and also subscribe to my channel. I look forward to it. In the meanwhile, I'll say goodbye, God bless, and Jai Hind.